What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Stay Shinin' with Diamond. I'm your host, and this is my co-host.
Hey everyone, I am Dante. Welcome back to another happy Stay Shinin' New Year.
Guys, we're back in the studio. We're back at our second home. We're back with another podcast episode. How are you feeling, Dad?
I am feeling ecstatic.
How are you feeling? Okay, let's talk about the new year really quick, because we're 17 days into January.
It's already 2024.
Do you feel
It's almost over. we behind.
I feel like the new year's not going to go by fast this year. I have a feeling that it's going to be a little bit slower this year.
Well, I mean, it's already
It is already
off to a fast pace, so you know what I mean? It's just, you know what I mean? So, like, all those people who are just making their goals and resolutions, they haven't even had a chance to even be accountable for them yet by this time.
That's why I did say in my Diamonds Corner episodes, if you're listening, make sure you start your new year's like in December, mid-December, so you can test like your new routines out and test your new habits and what you want to change. That's why I think it's so important, like, to just make sure you go over your new routine before we enter the new year. Because there's so many years where I've entered like January 1st and it was like hectic and like things weren't set and
practice makes perfect.
Exactly. But I'm excited for this new year. I think my motto for this new year is going to be, what's the motto for this new year?
To stay shining.
Yeah, to stay shining, obviously. But I feel like this is the year of setting the foundation for everything. Like, everything's going to be set in place, if that makes sense. But I don't know. I'm really excited. What about you?
I don't know. You know, for me, this year it was a good opportunity to re-engage, resurrect, and you know, reinforce the direction I'm trying to go in.
Are you excited for this year?
I am. I think this is good. I had 3 of the best years so far.
Okay.
But I honestly think this is going to be the icing on the cake. This one is.
Something feels so different about 2023. I don't know what it is.
It is giving me the fact that it is time to just do something huge.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at too. Like, I just want to do more this year. Like, I want to have so much more fun. I want to try so much more new things. Like, I mean, we have been switching it up since we've been living here. Yeah. But now it is time to take things up like 10 more notches.
10 more notches, or about 20.
Exactly. I'm excited to have a fresh start also.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter, you know, when you start, you know,
That's
it's
true.
how you finish. So the best thing is, if you haven't got re-engaged yet, it's time to pretty much jump out there. Today is a new day. Today is your new year.
Right.
So start it off. Kick it off if you haven't already.
Let's give some tips. Let's give some New Year's tips. Like, if you feel like you're starting your new year a little rocky, what are some tips that you have for them? For our gens?
I would say, you know, figure out, you know, your why. You know, why you're trying to do everything you're trying to do. And then once you got, you know, your clear goals and understand what your why is, then, you know, you move to your clear goals and your next step. And then once you understand what your clear goals are, then you map it out.
Right.
And then once you map it out, then you just, you know, you lace up your boots and get to stepping.
Right. I'd say a tip for you guys would be, even a tip for my personal life, would be to slow down a little bit more. Because I walked into this new year really good. And I caught myself like noticing that, I'm rushing again. Like, I'm just moving fast pace. Like, and I had to take my time and realize I need to slow down in everything I do.
In the words of Qui-Gon Jinn in Star Wars, slow down, young Padawan. Patience.
No, you did not say Star Wars. Okay, yeah, but that's true. Like, that was my first lesson this year, was to slow down. I'm moving a little too fast. Like, just... And also just to be...
Because another reason that you want to slow down is you want to enjoy the journey.
No, for sure.
If you go too fast and you blur right by it, you won't have any respect, or you won't be mindful of and being present of that journey you went through. So when you slow down and smell the roses and take it all in, it has more meaning for you.
It really does. And that's what we were talking about over the phone, because my dad they were in Phoenix, and I was here. So I was like, Dad, I am struggling. Like, I feel like I need to slow down. Like, I'm not being I'm not outgoing. And like, I was just struggling with the little things. Like, I want to be more outgoing and need to, you know, take my time when it comes to people. And that was like one of my first lessons this year. And you were pretty much telling me, like, you know, be more friendlier.
Well, I mean,
I am friendly, but
well, it's like you said, making that an emotional deposit with other people.
That's what I was getting at. Like, that's what I need to learn.
When you have that interaction with people and you make that interjection, that emotional deposit, and that you really show how genuine you are and how much you care. People only care about what you know until they know how much you care.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So once you are able to pull those things out of a person by showing how much you care about them and their situation, then you'll get a lot farther than, blurring through it.
Exactly. And it's crazy because that's what you told me over the phone. But I also I used to be like that. So it's like, I'm relearning things. Isn't that so weird? Like, when you're in life, have you ever done
Yeah. I mean, it's cycles, it's peaks and valleys. I mean, you go through these different times in your life. I'm just like a couple years older than you, right? So I've only been here just
only 2 decades,
just a little bit longer. So when you go through all these different stages in life, there's always these different learning curves, and so you got to navigate the seas as they come.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It's all sometimes there's going to be some stormy weather out there, some big waves. Your ship can take it if it's built right.
Facts. Life is so crazy how it works. What do you want to try new this year? Like, what are some new things that you want to do?
What I want to try new this year is I'm a very rigid person. I'm very the way I am.
Literally me.
What I'm thinking is I can be a little bit more flexible in things. So I am willing to just try on when something is offered to me and it's something that could benefit me.
Yeah.
I'm willing to give it a try instead of just shooting it down like I always done in the past.
Okay, so, I feel like you had a good balance of that though. Like,
I try to balance it up, but I don't put myself out there on the ledge enough because we're going to talk about what comfort zones and stuff like that. So I kind of feel like I'm in a comfort zone at times.
Oh wow. Okay, yeah, I caught myself in that mode too, but. A quote that I love that I posted on my Instagram, guys, go follow Diamond Holland Productions business Instagram right now to be updated on all of our new episodes, all that is to come. But one of the quotes that I put on there was "Get comfortable with being uncomfortable," and that has been my motto.
That says it all.
That quote really changed my life.
Yes.
Just because I do like comfort. I do like.
I mean, you gotta think if like for me, I'm always on a steady diet. My whole life, it's all about not a diet, but just eating right.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, those comfort levels kick in where you may drink too much libations or you may have a honey bun addiction.
I was gonna say maybe the nut honey bun.
You may take in too much sugar.
Yeah.
Or you might just be, too obsessive with work. Sometimes you gotta scale it back and do what's best for your diet. And if it's not right for your physical or your mental or your financial health, then I say, hey, get rid of it.
Exactly. Everything in moderation. Someone told me that, and I was like, oh, that is so
Sometimes you just got to strip it. You don't even need moderation. Sometimes it's just all out bad for you, and you just want to pull it out.
Yeah.
Like the young gentleman I was talking to at the school the other day, and he was talking about people and their different type of addictions, and it was nice to actually talk to a person who studied Buddhism, and he basically was saying how, their religion teaches them not to be fixated on addictions, and so they are able to navigate away from these addictions, which gives them a different kind of mindset because they're not addicted to any type of thing or any type of life or any type of item,
exactly.
Or intangible or intangible. So it's just like, wow, to see that perspective or to hear someone's perspective is going to be different than most of us because a lot of us have all these different vices that we that are scaling us back.
Some of us are drinking, some of us are smoking, some of us are
Exactly. Instead of us leveling up, we're scaling back, and it's just like, okay, maybe at certain times we gotta look at some certain things and say, hey, maybe we should take a different approach. And so that's like even what I'm talking about, just being a little braver to step outside of my comfort zone and do something totally different. So this year, I plan to see a lot of different changes for the better.
I love that, Dad. I'm proud of you already. But it is refreshing to talk to somebody who's not addicted to anything.
Exactly. They give you a totally different something.
Right, right. Like people my age, we're like addicted to the phone.
I'm at the gym, everybody's on the squat equipment.
That's literally me though.
I'm like, okay.
I need a good 5 minutes. Like,
I'm gonna need y'all to get out of this area while I'm working out because the aggressive people are coming right here.
No, that is so true though. My generation the phones at the gym is such a big thing.
Well, it's just like it drags everybody else's workout like 2
There
hours.
is a flow that has to go on in the gym though. Like it needs to flow. So yeah.
Yeah. So that's one thing I'm trying to be patient with in my life. Is this newer generation has a fixation, an addiction to the phones, and sometimes a lot of us older people who don't use their phones as much, and we
don't know how to work the phones.
We don't know how to work the phones. We would like to see them kind of sidestep out the way.
I'm like, you don't know how to. I'm gonna work on my patience with you when it comes to the phones. I'm just like, Apple makes phones so simple. I'm just so confused how you don't know how to figure it out. Like,
there's apps for everything, I guess.
Guys,
apparently,
it's so funny.
Once again, I must say though, when we were talking, just totally off topic, but there were no apps in like 2009. This is only 2023.
You might be right about that.
So like 14 years ago, we FaceTime and videos on Facebook and Instagram. Like that wasn't a thing. We didn't have any Reels or TikToks or anything like that, right? So, we didn't get our news from TikTok, or nothing like that.
There was no iPad kids.
I mean, YouTube was like the biggest thing going right now. And it was just like, oh, wow, like 2009 is so like revolutionary. We got YouTube. Like,
that is true.
And so when you say,
forgetting.
that's just like, I was sitting here thinking about how the older generation are fixated on cable TV.
Yeah,
and
that's so true.
A lot of people have shifted over to more streaming.
It took us a minute to let go of DirecTV for you.
Exactly, because I was so conditioned and programmed to sit there on they projected out 2 months. Hey, Avengers is coming on like on next Saturday and something like that. So like at 3:30, limited commercials or something like that. And so we would be waiting for that to come on. The news came on at a certain time. Now it's just like, okay, I'm going to be going to work. I'm going to be doing all these different things. Right. I can't wait to be looking and sitting behind some. It makes you kind of lazy and comfortable. And so now, technology does speed a lot of things up and kind of get you in motion, which is cool.
But I'm like, since y'all were born back in the day, like, and you guys grew
77,
grew with the times, shouldn't it be easier for you to work technologies?
Not when people who are born with it attached to their forehead. You know what I mean? Like,
I just be confused. I'm like, but you were here longer, so shouldn't you know? Like,
well, I mean, just like when you were a kid, you didn't have an iPad stuck in your face. Like,
I wasn't an iPad kid.
Little kids today at 1 year old,
we were iPod kids.
They can navigate the YouTube for kids and watching Bad Babies and stuff like that. Boss Babies or something like
Boss
that.
Babies. No, for real though.
And it is a progression. It is no excuses. A lot of us are coming along, but it's just a little bit slower pace. You know what I mean?
So funny to me. But you're doing good, Dad. You're doing good. I don't know.
No, I'm not.
You're doing good. Okay, let's talk about our thoughts on Diamond Highlight Productions so far, like the company. Like, what are your thoughts on everything that we have done?
What? From the outside looking in, you guys
be
could
real.
Do,
be for
you
real.
You guys could do better. No.
No, that's us.
No, but that's the mentality that you gotta have. You gotta always be looking forward and forward thinking, and basically don't just not use your resources. You got to have some resourcefulness to utilize those resources.
I've definitely struggled a lot with that, like building the company.
Well, I mean, those are all growing pains. We've never came to this kind of space for a business model and to see it grow like this and be successful. I mean, I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty proud. There's a lot of things we can work on, a lot of things we can change, a lot of things we can update, upgrade, add in. But it's all a part of the journey, you know what I mean? And so, like I said, I'm enjoying the learning process from the journey.
Same.
So I always say...
It's been a lot, though.
I say it's... failure is not about the failure. It's always about the successful failures that you have, the learning lessons that come from the not so great times.
Yeah. I feel like with the company, Diamond Highlight Productions, how long have we been doing this?
Should be 2 years. This is like year 3.
Oh my gosh. We've been doing this for 2 years. This is going to be the 3rd year. if y'all don't like and subscribe right now, like, okay, seriously though.
No, but seriously, like and subscribe. Diamond Holly Productions.
This is insane.
You can find us on Google. We have an Apple, Spotify.
Go ahead and search us up. Wait, Dad, but literally this is year 3?
Yeah, year 3.
That's actually really crazy.
Yeah,
time is flying by.
Well, and that's the other thing about, being, when you start something, you gotta see it through.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a whole bunch of times.
That's why I'm like mad at myself because I got lazy last year.
There was times that, we wanted to throw in the towel.
And
we didn't see the level where we're trying to.
And I wasn't holding myself accountable, telling you guys like, oh, Dan's video. And then literally, you guys are asking me, where's the video? And then like, stuff like that made me just like think to myself like, damn, Diamond, you cannot be embarrassing us.
But one of the things that made us re-engage is basically a lot of people face to face reached out online and said, hey, where you guys at? I like your show. People were quoting some of the quotes that we've been saying and different things like that. So we honestly feel that we felt we should be here, and now we know we need to be here. So that's one of the things that I've learned on this journey is just like, we had a calling for something that was totally outside our box. We constructed and put together something that we had no idea. We learned.
Never done in our lives.
But we
together
we took risk on ourselves because you gotta bet on yourself. If you don't bet on yourself, then who are you gonna bet on? You know what I mean? Like
exactly. Like no one's gonna hold your hand at the end of the day. So you have to be like your number one cheerleader. And that was like one of my lessons too with even the dancing, Diamond Holly choreography and all that. Just the whole company. It's been a journey so far. But I'm really ready to just keep going and go harder this year. Like you guys are going to be seeing dance videos every month. You guys are going to be seeing new things coming from us.
We got something coming real soon that's going to blow your mind.
I'm so excited.
Besides our merchandise on Diamond Holly Productions.
Yes, guys, we do have some new arrivals. So go ahead onto our website right now and take a look at our website. Get you a little. Or something. Get you a little Stay Shinin merch. But
and also for us to keep bringing these premium videos to you, this premium content. We need you to help support us by going to diamondhollyproductions.com.
Yes, guys. This is fun, but we do need your guys' support. We do need your guys' love, and even though some of you guys have been giving it to us, but we do need you guys to subscribe and like just to keep this going. And but what was I about to say?
We were just talking about successful failures and how how we got here and how we're gonna keep going and how we deserve to be here and we needed to be here.
Oh yeah, the announcement. Okay,
and that was the other thing.
Excited for
hold on, I'm sorry. That was the other thing. Sometimes you got to make sure when you're doing something that you feel that you belong there, that you're here for a reason.
That is so key. I'm glad you said that.
If you don't think that you belong here, then or you're
work.
supposed to be in this situation, then you know what? If you're not your number one supporter, then who's going to support you? You know what I mean? You got to have this uncanny, undeniable belief in yourself and your team that, helps get you to where you want to be. But I'm sorry, go ahead. What's the announcement?
That is very key. That is very, very, very key. But also the announcement, obviously we're not going to say anything yet, but I'm really excited for just some new things. Like we already have something new that we're going to be doing. Well, me, myself, but obviously my family is involved. So I'm just excited to show you guys that. I can't even mention it yet because it's not February yet. But I did manifest this. I manifested this on one of our episodes last year. I can't say the episode because it's going to give it away.
It was around January time frame.
It was about January. And I manifested it right on this podcast, in the other room.
In the other room.
In the other room.
Yeah.
What I wanted to happen, and an opportunity came to me, and now I am doing that. So I just find that so insane. We need to keep speaking things out. Like,
well, this is the other thing is when you're talking about how you project it and manifest it, and how you actually came true.
Mm-hmm.
We there's so many different things. Like last year, I decided I wanted to finish one of the master's programs I was working on. So pat on my back to myself, but I'd like to give myself some props.
Mm-hmm.
But I finished my master's at the university I was going to.
Mm-hmm.
However, for me, that's great, but I celebrate it, and now it's time to move on and do the next thing.
Yeah.
So you always need to be chasing your dreams and your next thing. Don't ever get comfortable and stay stagnant.
Facts.
With being patting yourself on the back too long, because it's not gonna how long can you pat yourself on the back?
Right.
How long can you celebrate? And that's what I feel like I've done in my past few years is I celebrated too much.
Oh shit,
and I
really?
got in that comfort zone
Mm-hmm.
that we're talking about, and now it's time for me to, like I said, re-engage and reinvigorate.
I'd be so opposite. I'm like, I never congratulate myself for anything. Like, all the things that we have done.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh my God, you started a whole business. You should be proud of yourself.
I'm proud, but it's like I have not done enough.
There's room to grow. We got stuff to do.
There's so much
but
things
I mean,
to
you've
do.
been educating yourself. You know, you've been learning many different things in different fields and stuff like that over the last couple of years. So you got to be proud of that.
I am, but I just feel like once I reach to the point, like YouTube success, once I reach like being a full-time content creator and dance videos, my dance videos are successful, and everything that I want in my business, like my dream. I don't want to call it a dream because it's a plan for me. It's my dreams, and you guys see it as like, oh, my dreams, but this is a plan.
Mm-hmm.
So like once the plan is achieved, things on the goal plan list is achieved, then I'll
well, like I always
congratulate us.
Like I always say, God rewards the person who has a plan. He's not going to plan it out for you. He's not going to come up with your goals. You have to do that for yourself. And once you figure out what your goals are, then once you have your plan, then God is going to help you get to that plan. So
also,
trust in the process. Believe in more than yourself.
That's a fact. Like, definitely trust the process, because when in the midst of all this, like, there were so many lessons like I had to learn while we've been on this journey with DHP. Like, as a business owner and entrepreneur, like, there's so many things I had to learn that did not have to do with this, that had to do with this, for me to keep going and like me grow as a person, if that makes sense. Like, you really do see the journey that God puts you on, like, to make sure that you are growing in whatever you are trying to achieve. So I feel like that's so important. Like, a lot of people ask me, like, Diamond, how'd you get there? How'd you do this? And I'm like, I am on a journey, a different journey. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
And if you guys want to know how she got there, we will be coming up with subscriptions, and I am actually going to give you a whole bunch of different tidbits on how you can start and start the process of doing something like starting your podcast, because we get those questions all the time.
We do.
And it's just like, you know what? First thing, you just got to jump out there, you know.
That's honestly the first tip, guys. If you want to start something, literally just do it. Just jump out there and do it, because I had no roadmap. Like, I barely looked at business videos.
We had no mentor, no roadmap.
Nothing.
Nobody gave us nothing.
I did not look at this is bad to admit, but I did not look at a single step-to-step business video, what you do when you're starting a YouTube channel, when you start this, when you start a business.
To be honest, guys,
and we missed a couple steps.
To be honest, guys, her thought on what we were going to achieve and what we've actually got to was a whole lot more condensed and smaller than what we've actually done. You know what I mean? We were just going to be putting a couple Apple Podcasts together and, you know, stringing those. But what you also got to go check out our Apple Podcasts.
Diamond's Corner.
And Diamond's Corner, Spotify also. And then it's on, what's the other one?
It's on Anchor, Spotify, Apple, iHeartRadio.
Oh, that's right, iHeart too.
Yeah, go check out Diamond's Corner, because I really be spitting facts, Scott. Like,
literally, guys, the last 4 episodes touched me. I'm talking about.
Dad, you're so dramatic.
They were so impactful, and to hear my daughter's words, oh my God! I was just like, wow.
Yeah, last night he was like shook. I was like, bro, what? But let's be honest for a second, because he couldn't listen to. I told you guys, some of the episodes are really bad. Like, first season of Diamond's Corner was so trash.
I wouldn't call it trash.
That it was an F. If we're grading it, it's an F.
I would say it was about a D-, and it was an
F.
It was just like starting an English class. Everybody's, articulation of what they're trying to say is not going to necessarily come out the best way. So as we have grown and got a little bit of knowledge,
yes,
I must say that to listen to those episodes, I was more than impressed.
That makes me happy. That is something I'm wanting to work on, is my articulation. Like, I haven't been the best at, just expressing myself and what I be trying to say to people. Mm-hmm. And that has been a very big thing for me. Making sure how I talk is correct and making sure I'm communicating with others. So that's a big.
Well, and my other thing is just when we're all on different levels in life, and so we got to make sure we approach each person's level with that dedicated concern.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just because somebody is not leveled up to where you're at doesn't mean necessarily you have to talk down to them or belittle them or treat them bad or whatever the case may be.
Right.
It's in life, it's not a race. It's not like a 100-meter. It's a marathon.
That's for sure.
Everybody starts at different points in that race, and so everyone finishes at different points. Mm-hmm. And no one else's no one else can say nothing about somebody else's path. Or the way they run the race, because that is for them. Mm-hmm. And so that's the same way I look at life.
Yes.
We're all running our own little rat race here. And so whatever someone's level of accomplishment, that's their level. You know what I mean? And hopefully the goal is everyone to grow and get to the best level.
Mm-hmm. So don't compare don't compare yourself to other people, because when you're on social media, I know sometimes I'm like, oh, that would be nice. But I always tell myself, oh, I'm going to get that. I'm going to get that times 10. It's all a mindset shift. It really is.
Tyler Perry was homeless in 2001. Mm. This man just added to the military base installation in Atlanta that he bought, that built the whole Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah.
Warner Brother just filed bankruptcy, and they're $1 billion company. So you mean to tell me a person that was homeless less than 20 years ago create a whole concept why they were homeless,
right,
put their vision on stage and then on television, and now he has his own production company, fast forward, and he's buying up most of the land in the Atlanta County.
Yeah.
So that's pretty powerful when those other institutions are falling out of business because they bad business practices. It just shows you that if you have enough grit and gumption, you can actually achieve all the different things you want to achieve. You just gotta have fight in you. You know what I mean?
You gotta have fight. That's what my dad tells us all the time.
In the words of Les Brown, you gotta be hungry.
My dad tells me and my brother that every day. We need a little bit more fight. And I appreciate that, because that's important to hear all the time, and it does make me want to work harder for everything that I want in life.
It's not the dog in the fight; it's the fight in the dog.
Oh shit! Okay, you is coming with the quotes today.
Fire.
No, but that's really true though. What are your thoughts on being a podcast host? We pretty much just.
I would have honestly thought, never would have thought that I would be a podcast host in any form or fashion.
That's so insane.
My goal was always to, lead from the back, and then, make sure I orchestrated the symphony here, and let you do the helm. But I mean, like I said, these kind of things get you out of your comfort zone. Now, I do motivational speech. I counsel people all the time. So for me, I'm normally on smaller settings, and it's a lot more, catering to more of my personality. But now I decided that, I want to be able to give our audience and our fans a bit of Dante's, what Rick called me, Dr. Dante Hollywood, insight on, just some of the trials and tribulations of what I've been through, and the successes and the failures and the path that I took to get here, and the journey that me and my kids are on. So.
Right. I can't wait till you have your own little podcast though, because your story is very powerful.
Well, we got Dante's Corner. We're gonna put that out sometime soon. But,
yes.
We're just waiting. We want to focus on the shows that we got now, and then we don't want to over
Right.
convolute the process.
Overflow the plate because we be doing that sometimes.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
But I am excited for you to share your story a little bit more because people look at you and they're just like, oh, the cookie cutter dude. But like, there's a whole story and process that went behind everything you.
Talk about like what it takes to turn charcoal into a diamond.
No, you did not grab the diamond.
You know, that was one of the reasons I named my daughter Diamond is because, you know, I went through a lot and I know that she was going to go through a lot, but she was going to come out of it just like I did. And so sometimes you got to, you know, go through the fire, get burned to come out on the other side.
That is a factual.
Sometimes when you come out on the other side, the form that you take is a lot different than the one you started out with. So
that's crazy. I love that. Before we end off the episode, let's talk about the new year, new me mindset.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when we look at the new year, people are always like, a lot of people hate on the mindset of the new year, new me. I'm still the same me. Like, I really want to talk about that because I just want to get rid of that. Like, I just don't like when people are like hating on other people for being in a new attitude about things.
Yeah.
And that's such a big thing around the new year.
Well, like you said, you know, you got a lot of people that can hold you back.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean, with their not so forward thinking beliefs.
Yeah.
And so sometimes
I think that's what it is.
You were saying earlier about how you pour. What was the quote you said?
Oh yeah, you don't want to over pour in other people's cups, then like something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Because a lot of times you don't have anything left for yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when you over allocate too much to somebody who's not as deserving, then you got to think like, okay, I'm giving too much in the wrong direction. And sometimes you do that with business, finances, health, and other things in life, relationships. So you just got to, like you said, plan it out, know what the goal is, and basically attack it like a killer whale up in hell.
Exactly. Like we shouldn't, when it comes to like New Year, New Me, and the people who have bad
jujus?
Yes, bad jujus. Definitely leave that aside because we always want to be growing. We always want to be reflecting. Like you want to make sure that you are reflecting on the last week so you are not pulling the same shit that you did last week. Well, you know what I mean? Reflection is so important.
Well, you know, and also a lot of times when people pull you down like that, that's just God just letting you know that the devil is really out there and he has his minions to basically try to tear you back. And
new levels, new devils.
New levels, new devils, right?
Yes, that's literally, that's one quote you told me a long time ago. And I'm like, because every time we reach a new level, there be something.
You know what I mean?
There be something.
There's always a detractor.
Yes.
And a distractor.
You know a test.
You know what I mean? Those things that pop up in your life and you say, either I'm going to go left or I'm going to go right.
Right.
You know what I mean? And,
exactly.
Sometimes you just got to hurdle them and just get away from it.
That happens to me all the time. Like, there's always something. Like, there's always some good news. And then I'll be like, oh, wait, do you want to take a couple steps back? And then my dad has to remind me, like, this is a test. This is a test. Don't backtrack.
Don't do it. Don't let yourself succumb to your past and the things that were holding you back. Don't allow it. You deserve so much more.
Facts. And that's why we have to be mindful and slow down in life. Like slow down. Like and make every day of 2023 count. Like we're only 17 days in and so much change can happen in these last couple of days of the month. Like, so that's why we just need to make sure that we're holding ourselves accountable, holding you guys accountable, and making sure that we're staying shining all together. You feel me?
Yes, no doubt.
But to end this episode off, let's give a shout out to Nick Rock.
We love you, Nick.
We love you, Nick. Thank you so much for bringing us a part of the You Belong Here family.
And supporting us, giving us knowledge, putting us on game, you know, opening up your home to us.
Yes. So, guys, if you don't know, we film our podcast at You Belong Here Studios in San Diego, California. And this studio has photo shoot services, podcast services, what else? Video services, yoga classes, like this
financial services, classes
on building your business. This place is a very great place for creatives. If you are a creative in San Diego or you don't live in San Diego and you want a place to shoot a podcast, have a photo shoot, have a meeting, this is the place to be. This place is so great. The energy here is amazing. Nick is amazing, and it just feels like family here.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so happy that we found a second home. Like, we found a place in San Diego, like, to create.
It makes it so much easier when you have a supporting situation, you know, behind you, and then when you go there, it's a breath of fresh air.
Yes.
It's positive people, positive thinking. It's just an overall environment, so it helps. So one thing that you should do is always put yourself in a positive space and around positive people who want to see you grow, because it's a mutual benefit for everyone.
So we appreciate you so much, Nick, and we're so proud of you and everything that you are accomplishing with You Belong Here. This place, I love it so much. I didn't think we were ever going to find a studio that feels like home, you know, like that feels like a second, like, place to be.
Yeah.
Just because at first it was rocky for us, like, you know, trying to find, like, what are we going to do? What studio are we going to? But I love it here. And remember, guys, if you are in San Diego, if you're a creative, dancer, singer, all that, come here. Come to You Belong Here. So shout out to you, Nick.
And we also want to give a shout out to all of our sponsors.
Yes.
You'll see them down below.
Yes.
But thank you for riding with us for these 2 years. You know, it's been a beautiful ride. Yeah. And then once again, don't forget, the best way to support us is, one, subscribe. Also give us a like, and then please go to our website, diamondhollyproductions.com. We have our merchandise, we have all of our shows, we have all of our Spotify's on there, and we also have our standalone Sapphire Fitness, which is our fitness wear. It's actually fitwear that actually fits with everything else you're wearing. So, you know, I got some of it on under the stuff that I got. I always wear it with the different dynamics of clothing that I use, whether it's Adidas, Nikes, or
I'm wearing Nike Tech today.
I can wear our Sapphire Fitwear and our DHP merchandising. So check us out on DHP.com.
Yes, guys. Make sure you guys are supporting. Also, comment down below one word that explains 2023. Did I say that right? One word that you are, what is it? That sets the foundation for 2023.
Yeah, that you want to get behind to basically give you that factor. What was your quote that you were talking about earlier?
Get comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think my one word would be foundation or grace.
And my one word would be hurdle. Hurdle any obstacle in your in your vicinity.
Love that. We love you guys so much. Thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for supporting me and my dad. Thank you guys for supporting Diamond Holly Productions. We love you guys so much, and we're so excited to show you all the new things that we have in store for you guys, because it is going to be so much fun. I'm just ready to accomplish big shit this year. I'm ready to meet new people. I'm ready to meet other creative people, other people in the podcasting world, YouTuber world. Like, I want to be in rooms this year. We will be in rooms. We're the father-daughter duo. Like,
we're here.
Y'all are gonna be seeing a lot of us on TikTok everywhere. So get ready.
No wish, no hopes, no dreams. Just doing and putting in the work. Plan to. Wait, what is it? Huh?
My quote. See, I can't even give a quote. Okay, whatever, guys. We love you so much. Thank you guys so much, and stay shining.
Sometimes, you know, you got a lot of people who want to give you advice. And oftentimes, you know, that advice is not the best advice. So sometimes you got to do what you know what you're supposed to do. And that's not take other people's advice. One of my biggest things is never take advice from people who are effed up than you. But the reason that is because if a person doesn't believe in your dream, if a person doesn't believe in your goal, then how can they give you advice on what you're supposed to be doing? The whole point of you having your goal and your dream is for you to achieve it, not from the feedback of others. So don't let the distractors and detractors stop you from living out your goals and living out your dreams with their negative thoughts that they project on you. Stay shining.